and good day pre-algebra. Kicking off on Monday with some coordinate plane work here. We've talked about relations as both function tables and on the coordinate plane segments, lines. We talked about functions, kind of focused on the function table, but here we're going to move from a relation given to us in a function table. Oh, there we go. To graphing on the coordinate plane. And so there's really not a whole lot to teach you here other than maybe remind you how to plot points. But basically for all of these, and you've got 8 of them to do, you are going to be writing each ordered pair contained in the table, write a rule for the table. This one we haven't necessarily talked about yet, so we'll talk about letter B there. Graph the function, and then list an ordered pair that's not included in the table but is on the line. Okay, so first things first, the coordinate plane. Right? You've got these 2 lines, one going perfectly horizontal, one going vertical. I'm giving you the X and the Y. Recall the horizontal axis is the X axis, the horizontal or the vertical axis is the Y axis. It's not a coincidence that our variables in our function table are X and Y as well. Okay? Because who remembers how we transfer values in a function table to graph them on the coordinate plane? We talked about this when we created function tables back in CO44, whatever it was. This -2, 0 here represents an ordered pair, right? An X, Y ordered pair. We can write -2, 0. You've seen this notation before when you graphed points last year. Okay, it's got the parentheses around it. The numbers are separated by a comma. Which value always comes first in an ordered pair? The X or the Y? The X. That's why it's called an ordered pair. The order is always the same. Okay? This is written in X, Y order, which is why it's presented in the table as X comes first, and then Y is second. Okay? So graphing this -2, 0 on the coordinate plane, I mentioned Battleship earlier. Who's played Battleship here before? Okay, most of you probably have. Right? The whole point of the game is to announce coordinates to your opponent, try and guess where their ships are. Okay? And it's kind of the same thing here. Right? This -2, this is our value for X. So on the X-axis, we look for where -2 is. Okay? And on the Y-axis, we look for where 0 is. And where those 2 numbers intersect is where we're going to put the point for the ordered pair, -2, 0. And that's going to go right here. -2 on the X-axis. Okay? Our next one, 0, 2. 0, 2. An X value of 0, a Y value of 2. This one's going to be on the Y-axis at 0, 2. We're not moving side to side at all on X. We're moving up 2 on the Y, and there's our point. The next one, 2, 4. Okay? 2 on X, 4 on Y. I'm just going to kind of put, this one's easier to see, kind of the whole where the coordinates match deal. This is not my actual order pair, so don't put what I'm putting in red here. But an X value of 2, here's 2 on X. A Y value of 4, there's 4 on the Y-axis. Our ordered pair is where those 2 things intersect, which would be at 2, 4, right up here. Right? It's like a battleship. Okay? I want to erase my red dots here now. Or try anyway. There we are. Get you 2. Good. And then our last ordered pair, 3, 5. An X value of 3, a Y value of 5. Same kind of thing here. Okay? X value of 3. 3 on X is right about there. Y value of 5. 5 on Y is right about there. Where those 2 things intersect at 3, 5, right there. Okay, there's my ordered pair. And what do you notice about these 4 ordered pairs that I plotted here? Anything stand out to you about them? Gregory?
They make a line.
They make a line. Okay, that's not a coincidence. Everything that we're going to be graphing is going to make a line. We are dealing with what are called linear functions. Linear, meaning line. Everything here is going to make a line. So if you accidentally plot a point in the wrong spot, maybe you got 3, 5 backwards, and you put rather than 3, 5, you plotted 5, 3, which is going to be right here. Okay? That's not in line with the other 3 ordered pairs you have. Don't just shrug your shoulders and say, oh, well, whoopsie daisy, I guess this one doesn't make a line. No, they're all going to make a line. So it's a great way, especially initially here, to help you check yourself, make sure that you are doing it correctly. Okay? If your points don't make a line, then revisit them. So we've done letter A. We've written each ordered pair contained in the table. We have done letter C. We've graphed the function. We are going to connect these points with a line now. Make sure your line is as straight as it can be. You will quickly notice I am notoriously horrible at drawing straight lines and connecting points. I think I was absent today in kindergarten when we did like connect the dot stuff. I just never quite picked it up. So if your line's not perfect, that's okay. Mine will not be either. But a rule for the table. What's a rule for a function table? Anyone remember this from last year? A rule for the table? Okay. Well, a rule for the table, I'll put the definition down here. A rule for a table is an equation relating the input, which what variable is the input? Who remembers that? Back to our first objective of the unit. X value, relating the input, which is X, to the output, which will be Y. Okay? So a rule is an equation relating the input to the output. An equation that relates X to Y. So looking at this table here, how do we get from X to Y? Do you see any sort of relationship, see any sort of pattern? -2 to 0, 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. What are we doing to X to get to Y? Gregory? Zoe? You're adding 2, right? For every single one of these, -2 plus 2 gives us 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. So the rule for the table is that whatever X is, we're going to add 2, and that's going to give us Y. Right? Whatever X is, we're adding 2 to that, and that's going to give us Y. So the rule for the table is X plus 2 equals Y. And finally, letter D lists an ordered pair not included in the table, but that is on the line. What's an ordered pair this line passes through that is not included in the table? And this is where making a straight line is really going to be helpful, so you can see them. Okay, we're quickly going to realize that my line is not very accurate. But what's an ordered pair that's on the line that's not in the table?
4, 6.
4, 6. 4, 6. See, I already missed it. Look how bad that line is. I literally, but yeah, 4, 6 is correct. And how can we prove that? Even though our line doesn't pass through it, 4, 6 works in our rule, doesn't it? 4 plus 2 equals 6. That's how we know that 4, 6 is on the line. It's not in the table. What's another one? Gregory.
1, 3.
1, 3. Does it follow the rule? 1 plus 2 equals 3? Yes, it does. I even put it on the line. Look at that. Perfection. Others? Lennon. -4, -6. Does it follow the rule? -4 plus 2 equals -6? -4 minus 2 is -6. -4 plus 2 is -2. And even though my line's not very good, -4 and -6 all the way down here, I didn't miss that bad. Okay? So -4 and -6 is not on the line. However, -4 and -2 is. Because remember with negatives, when you're adding, you're getting closer to 0. So negative 4 plus 2 brings us to negative 2. Okay. Others you could have negative 5, negative 3, and here's where my line really starts to get horrible. Negative 6, negative 4. Maybe you meant to say that. Maybe you reversed it. Negative 6, negative 4. Or negative 3, negative 1. Negative 1, positive 1. All those ordered pairs that make that perfect line, okay? They're on the line, but not in the table because they follow the rule. All right. Questions on any of these four, A, B, C, or D? Okay. Let's do another one on this first page. Which one would you like? We can just go straight across. We can pick another one. I'll leave it up to you folks. Ryan, what do you want to do? Okay. Anyone have a thought? Want to pick one? Should we just do the next one? Okay, we'll do the next one. Letter A says to write all those ordered pairs out. So we're going to do that. Remember, the x value always comes first. They're in xy form. So our first ordered pair is negative 3, negative 2. And plotting that, we're going negative 3 on the x-axis, negative 2 on the y-axis. That's going to be right here. Negative 3 on x, negative 2 on y, where those two numbers intersect, okay, is where our ordered pair is going to be. Negative 1, 0 is our next ordered pair. Go ahead and plot that one. See if you can get it in the right spot. Negative 1 on x, 0 on y, meaning there's no vertical movement. Negative 1 on x, 0 on y. That's going to be right here. Next one, 0, 1. Go ahead and plot that. Try and get it in the right position. 0, 1. 0 on x, 1 on y. There it is there. And last but not least, 2, 3. 2 on x, 3 on y. Where's that one going to be? 2 on x, 3 on y. Right up here. How can we verify that we are correct? They make a line. Okay? So go ahead and give it your best effort here. Put that line, oh, brother, right through them all. Sorry, it's underneath your chair by your backpack. I was a bouncer. Thank you. Okay? And there we have it. So we've done letter A, we've done letter C. What's the rule for the table? How do we get from x to y? What's that relationship from x to y? To get from negative 3 to negative 2, from negative 1 to 0, from 0 to 1, from 2 to 3. What are we doing? What are we doing? Landon? Adding 1. Okay? So in this case, our rule, letter B here, x plus 1 equals y. Okay? Or if you want to write that as y is equal to x plus 1, those two things are exactly the same. Because all the equal sign really means is the same as. X plus 1 is the same as y. Y is the same as x plus 1. It means the same thing. And letter D, what's an ordered pair on the line but is not in the table? Take this opportunity to make fun of how bad my line is if you want. Landon?
3, 4.
3, 4. Does that work in our rule? 3 plus 1 is 4. Yes, it does. I just can't do it. Oh, the struggle bus. Others? Mia?
4, 5.
4, 5 is on the line but not in the table. Follows the rule. X plus 1 is 5. Others? Adrian?
Negative 2 and negative 1.
Negative 2, negative 1 should be on the line. There it is. Negative 2 plus 1 equals negative 1. Others you could have 1, 2. You could have negative 4, negative 3, negative 5, negative 4, negative 6, negative 5, negative 7, negative 6, and, well, there you have it. Okay. I seem to be, at least I'm consistent. I start above the points on the upper right, then I slowly grab, just kind of tail off down below the points. At least my lines are consistently bad. Got that going for me anyway. Okay. Questions on any of this? All right. Your homework for tomorrow is the other 6, the rest of the objective. Letter B gets to be a little bit tricky as you go along. So I'm concerned, I care more that you can do letters A, C, and D than letter B. So if you get stuck on letter B, it's okay. Don't stop. Continue going with C and D after that. But letter B can get a little bit tricky, especially because we start to use different operations. Let's see, where's one? Where's one? I think I use different operations. Yeah, so like this one, the first one on the second page, -2 to -4, 0 to 0, 2 to 4, and 3 to 6. Who can see what the rule is for that one? What did I do to get from X to Y? Josie? Multiply by 2. Very good. So in this case, it'd be 2 times X equals Y, or if you want to write that as Y equals 2X, both are fine. Okay, so part of it is identifying, what operation is he using here? Is it just addition? Is it just subtraction? Am I multiplying? Okay, this one also is not addition or subtraction. It's something else, right? And then the bottom 2, I think I might even get 2 operations here. Yeah, this last one is a 2-step rule. Okay, a 2-step rule, meaning that there are 2 operations to it. You do something, then you do something else. Okay, so we'll see if we can come up with that one. And then the time for review at the bottom of the page. What is the domain of a relation? What is the range of a relation? And then a relation contains the ordered pairs 4, 7, -3, 5, and 13, 10. Add an ordered pair that would make the relation not a function. So kind of reviewing what we've already done this unit. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, compliments, congratulations, or criticisms on that? I know your hearts are hurting a little bit from not getting the number today, but the best way to fix that is play the number game tomorrow and emerge victorious. So do your homework, get it done, the rest of the objective, the rest of CO49, and then onward and forward we will move. Okay? All right, good stuff. That's how you math.